So I'd like to share with you a conversation that I had with one of my very first teachers. Um, this conversation took place about uh, about a year into my practice, into my meditation practice, and seeing that those of you who um, started the meditation program, at least the one offered through Lotus Center at the beginning of 2021, it's been about a year and 4.5 months for you. And for those who started the meditation program in January of 2022, it's been 4.5 months for you. So it seems like a good time for me to ask you the question that my teacher at the time, Kelsang Dawa, asked me. And he said, at some point in your meditation practice, your Dharma practice, you need to decide if you are going to bring your life to the Dharma or if you're going to bring Dharma to your life. Maybe it's more effective to kind of put it the other way around, to ask yourself if you are going to bring Dharma to your life or if you are going to bring your life to the Dharma. And it took me a long time. It took me several years to not only understand that question, the meaning of the question, but to understand the depth of the question. Are you going to bring Dharma to your life, or are you going to bring your life to the Dharma? And some of you may be not even entirely sure what the word Dharma means. It's just spiritual practice, truth, wisdom-based spiritual practice. It's typically affiliated with Hinduism or Buddhism, but it has universal application. Dharma does, D-H-A-R-M-A. Anyways, I'm going to appeal to you to ask yourself that question, to ask yourself the question, are you going to bring Dharma to your life, or are you going to bring your life to the Dharma? And to explore a little bit more deeply what that means, I think a useful analogy, at least it's useful for me, a useful analogy is to think about parenting. Parenting. For those of us who have children, we know, you know, that there is no life event that changes and completely envelops your persona, your existence, than being a parent. It kind of drives everything that we as parents do, think, behave, our values, everything. I was thinking about my dad in this regard. My dad was a medical doctor, and he went through, as do all medical doctors, went through very rigorous trainings. Went to medical school, and then there were residencies and internships and fellowships and special training for surgery and all of this stuff. I mean, he was full on in his medical training. I would even affectionately call him a medical nerd. So immersed was he. And I was born when my dad was in medical school, so I really don't remember any of it, but my mom shared it with me, and he shared some of it with me. And it was clear that he was just completely and utterly immersed in training to be a doctor. And he and I had a conversation toward the end of his life, just kind of talking about what event informed who you are more than any other event. And his response instantaneously and with absolute clarity was parenting, becoming a parent. And so I kind of use that as a frame of reference for this notion of bringing your life to Dharma as you develop your practice, your spiritual practice. And just it's a really, really important contemplation for us to make. We have had the great good fortune of being presented with a body of teachings and practices through which we can accomplish all sorts of amazing, meaningful pursuit that we choose to take. We can perfect our heart. We can perfect our heart, become more loving more purely, more unconditionally, more universally. We can become perfectly kind. That is to say, overcome our mind of anger, completely eradicate anger from our mental continuum. We can develop wisdom. It's even said that with some practices, some see ourselves through the Dharma as having an opportunity to completely transcend the cycle of birth and death. That's pretty profound and pretty abstract for some of us, but just suffice it to say, in short, that we have the potential to become a pure being that benefits the world and every sentient being in it through Dharma practice, through bringing our life to the Dharma, rather than bringing the Dharma to our life, saying it's kind of like a sidebar, kind of, maybe a secondary hobby or pursuit. And, there's no telling how long this opportunity is going to remain for us. Take a look around. There's a climate crisis going on. Who knows when the climate situation becomes so degenerate that we're going to have the wherewithal to meditate and study and practice and contemplate Dharma. We'll be faced with all of our energy will be directed toward survival. Hopefully that day won't come, but it might. And who knows how soon if it does come. There's a war in Ukraine that has been initiated by an unstable man who has very powerful weapons. Who knows what might come of that? And thus, who knows how much time you're going to have to benefit from this tremendous gift of having not only met the Dharma, but having karma with the Dharma. Just by virtue of your being here on this call, it demonstrates absolutely your special connection with Dharma and your ability to progress and grow and evolve and realize your true potential. And then there's the big equalizer, death. We never know. We never know when the time of our death is going to arrive. Might not be for several years. It might be later today. It might be somewhere in between. So I would just invite you to contemplate some of these points and consider your great good fortune of having met these teachings and these practices, and to contemplate what it would mean for you to bring your life to the Dharma. There's not going to be any special initiation. There's not going to be any declaration of vows or allegiances or anything like that. It's you. It's up to you and what you decide is important and what your, again, frame of reference is going to be with regard to integrating Dharma into your life or integrating your life into Dharma. So why don't we go ahead and do some meditation? I will mute everybody. This one will be unguided. Have a lovely practice, everybody. please very gently allow your awareness to become less absorbed as you begin to arise from meditation. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception have an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. And with everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on spiritual paths that lead to complete and permanent liberation from suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.